You seen Grayson Waller? Huh? You got that Dusty Cup later? Kick ass, man. Somebody hit my music.
Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
money.
Let's get to the
money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in your ass screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty K of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the ass screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
And here we go.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Balking Dead, where, of course, there's no sleep for the wicked, but LA Knight is your Slim Jim Royal Rumble battle fucking winner, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you know it's going to be a good week when he starts it off for you. So you know it's Monday, and you know what that means. We have our 6 pitchers to talk about, as well as hit and run with LJ. So enough small talk, guys, and let's get to the monies. This show is sponsored by W, a clean energy powder with no come down to your day. Simple, guys. Scan that QR code on screen, and you're going to get 10% off your first order by using the best promo code on God's green earth. And, of course, guys, that's Pub Sports. Shout out to the chat. Smash the like if you haven't, and make sure you guys do hashtag WeBePubbin on your best bets. And I will read them off at the end of the show. As well, if it does cash, tag me on Twitter, guys, so I can at least retweet it and give credit where credit is due. We got us some hitting props to start on this Monday, guys. And this may be a better intro than mine, because I be bumping when Big Show drops this intro.
And I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better. See, I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy.
Yeah, that might be a better fucking damn, bro. I just like that beat thumping, bro. But what's good, my guy? Glad you're able to make it. As we know, sometimes the 9 to 5 can get in our ways.
Oh yeah, but you know, I make time when I make time, Sharpie. And first of all, shout out to you for having the pleasure of having me on again. And happy Spencer Strider Day to you, sir, because we will be paying bills with him today. So, but yeah, let's get to it. Shout out to the chat, Justin McAfee, Ricky Bobby, Smokey Potts, man, all the real ones. Let's get this money, man.
Let's get to it, my guy. Your first game on the board is my Dodgers versus Los Padres in a day game. Who you looking at in this one?
Man, I'm looking at 2, and the number 1 and number 2 batters on this team, man. We're going to start off with Mookie Betts. He's on a 13-game hit streak. 1+ hits, 14 out of his last 15 on the road versus the National League. 2+ bases, 7 out of his last 8 on the road versus the National League. And I did a little juicy little parlay. So I'm going to parlay his 1+ hit with Freddie Freeman. 1+ RBI, because Freddie Freeman is batting behind Mookie Betts. And he not only has 34 hits in his last 18 games, He's also on a 26 on base streak on the road. So I'm expecting these guys to get on base as they usually do. And I'm going to take a little parlay piece. Mookie Betts, 1+ hit. Freddie Freeman, 1+ run plus RBI, -117, sir. And I'm going to sprinkle the 2+ bases for Freddie Freeman at -114 because this is what he does. He gets runs. He might even hit a homer. That's what Freddie Freeman does because he's in the bidding with him and Ron Acuna Jr. for that National League MVP. So he's going to continue to keep doing what he does.
Yeah. He's legitly in that conversation for MVP, quietly sneaking up on Olsen and Acuna, who may be stealing votes from each other at the end of the day. You don't want somebody freaking ripping votes from you because it might just end up going that one way, though. But any which way, love it. What'd you get on that parlay?
-117. 117, yeah.
And was Freddie Freeman RBI and run, or was it just RBI? Because some books
it was RBI. Yeah, run plus RBI. Yeah, both of them.
So either or. So was Mookie Betts just a hit though?
Yeah, Mookie Betts was just a hit.
Oh, run RBI, bro. Oh man, I love those run RBIs, especially like if you hit the right stack, bro. You could end up running almost damn near the whole team.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Nice little 2-pick McGick to start the day. And we're going to head on into the second game. And it's another divisional matchup, and it's still in the National League. And we've got the, may I say, hot Nationals taking on the Phillies. Who you got here, man? And if you say at Nationals, I'm not going to shit myself as Abrams and that other guy behind him have been raking, actually. I've been watching.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at him, but I kind of pinpointed Nick Castellanos. He does very well in the division. He's top 3 in total bases versus the division, top 3 in hits versus the division. And he's very comfortable because he's been on base 17 out of the last 18 games versus the National League East. So I believe he's in a good spot. So I'm going to take his over 1.5 bases -103. And just stick to that because I believe he will get on base and he may get a double, probably get a triple home run. Who knows? But I believe that this is a good spot for him to play in, and he's very comfortable playing versus his division. So Castellanos over 1.5 -103.
One thing about Nick Castellanos, man, is that dude got a stroke, bro. I do love me him, but he's got this one kid, like he got a cancer kid, one of those foundation kids. He went and met up with him a couple years ago, and he still brings this kid to the game as much as possible, even though, the kid's now out of regression and whatnot, but he's like bonded with this kid, bro. And whenever they bring him to the game, he balls out. So I need to have a inside note of when are they bringing the kid to the game, brother?
Right.
But no, you'll see a lot of ESPN pieces with Nick Castellanos and that kid because they built the bond. They built the relationship over that one meeting they met up. He just is like, I couldn't give up on this kid, bro. What the fuck? So
right?
It's nice to see baseball players. We're all humans, bro, at the end of the day. So, yeah, last game. And I may be wrong, but I may be right, and we'll get into it. And it's another divisional matchup, but this time we're going to head to the American League. And we're going to talk the Oakland A's and the Rangers. And I'm going to step out on a ledge here. And I'm going to guess Corey Seager as I'm only guessing because I know you play this man a lot. And when you do, it's at over a 75% clip. So I'm probably wrong as I jumped out on a cliff. So who you on?
Yeah, just a slight bit. I am on Corey Seager, but only take him at home. Those are one of my rules because certain players, they play in situations differently than home and road. You have to find those where they're comfortable at. So Seager's more comfortable at home. I think he is a big bat, but I wouldn't be surprised if he, gets a couple bases tonight as well. But I'm keying in on two of the guys, the leadoff and the one that bats behind Corey Seager. We're going to start off with Marcus Semien. He's on a 7-game hit streak. He's batting .400 versus Wally. He's on a 14-game on base streak, 9-game on road base streak. So he's very comfortable on the road, I see, and I'm going to pair him up with his buddy Nathaniel Lowe, who's also a road dog because he's on a 7-game road on base streak. He's had 1+ hit 10 out of his last 12 games on the road. And this is a divisional game, like you just mentioned. I love divisional games because these batters, they know these pitchers. So we can cash on these guys easily if you know the situations and how comfortable they are against certain pitchers. So I parlayed that 1+ hit for Marcus Semien, +1+ hit for Nathaniel Lowe, and I got a -113 as my number. So I believe both of those guys will be on base. And they should destroy Oakland tonight because Texas plays very well versus Oakland division game. They're trying to keep the Astros off their heels for that division spot. So I believe Texas, they're on a 6-game winning streak as well. So I believe Texas is playing some good ball right now. So we should take advantage.
What parlay? What was the juice?
-113.
-113. So yeah, the only one thing I've got worried about the Rangers is Josh Young broke his fucking thumb last night. Taking a ball off his thumb. So they're gonna miss that bat. They're gonna miss him at third. They did call someone up today, bro, but that middle of the lineup now is gonna suffer a little bit. Now I'm not worried about Semien as he's up front, but Lowe does hit in that 4-5 hole normally, don't he?
Yeah, he
So that's
does.
Young's usually right behind him. So it's just like, dude, now he lost a little bit of insurance. He's gonna see a little bit better pitching, but like you said, this guy is not a starting pitcher that he's about to see. So not the day we got to worry about it there, bud. So I believe it's Waldicuck on the mound for the Oakland A's.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, man.
He's going to get destroyed.
Yeah, that's what he does for a living, guys. So those showing up for the recap, do us a favor and smash that like button as Hit and Run with LJ is going to start his day with my boys in blue, and he gonna take him a little parlay at -112. Mookie Betts to get a hit and tag him with Freddie Freeman for 1 run or RBI and get that at a -112. He's also gonna take him some Freddie Freeman over 1.5 -114 as well. And he's gonna head on over, guys, and get in on some Nick Castellanos over 1.5 -103. Not no parlay here, just straight to the bank and back. Get in where you fit in. It's the Nats, and they're on a winning streak. So yeah, we'll see how long they keep winning. Then he's gonna finish his day, guys, off with another parlay with Marcus Semien for a hit and tag it with Nate Lowe for a hit at -113. As the Texas Rangers go look to beat on a pinata by the name of Waldicuck. So, yeah, appreciate you, my guy. As always, you know it's Spencer Strider Day, bro. I mean, the titty cappers know it's Spencer Strider Day. So, appreciate you for dropping us some gems. Let's get to the money. Tell these fine people where to find you and what you got going on.
Oh man, they can find me on Twitter at LJ Sports Media, and we're gonna start breaking down the NFL divisions this week, Sharpie. I'm gonna start doing my shows on Wednesdays, so tune in on YouTube. Raw Words Podcast. You can just type it in the bar. I come up, LJ from Houston. Wednesday night, we're doing the AFC East and the NFC East. It's the first episode, so tune in. We're locking it down. NFL is back, baby. I could get
You
paid.
be coming on and doing me favors. You ever want me to come on any of your shows and talk football, bro? I'm an open guy. So you want a spot, you need a spot, you give me a call and I'll be there. So
Let's
until
do it.
next Monday, bro. Let's just keep this show rolling. Appreciate you.
And I don't
Get it.
really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better. See, I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Yeah.
Let's get to what I do best, guys, and that's talk about these pitchers. Do me a favor if you haven't, smash that like button as it does help people find the best MLB prop show on God's green earth. Also, on this show, we started dropping in a hashtag, guys. We be pubbing on your best bets, and we will read them off at the end, as only a few people been doing it, but they've been hitting. So, yeah, I'm not the only one who does this shit, obviously. On this show, guys, we're going to talk the first lines open up on a K-prop and then the best line available 30 minutes prior to this show. Then we're going to see where the value lies in between the books and PrizePicks. Of course, this show is sponsored by PrizePicks. If you haven't, go on over there and use that promo code PubSports. Get a match deposit on your first deposit up to 100, minimum of 25. We're going to start the day off talking Pablo Lopez, number 17 in the black book, striking people out this year at a 30% clip while walking people 6.5% of the time. Opened them up over 7.5 plus 115 on DraftKings. We're the best line available now to that 8+ is on plus 120 on BetMGM. PrizePicks has him at a flat 7, where his hits allowed on PrizePicks under over 5.5. Projected lineup is 5 righties, 4 lefties for your Tigres. We're going to start the day off talking Pablo Lopez at the Tigers. And when we look at the Tigers' numbers over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitchers, they're not as bad as they were 2 weeks ago. As yes, they're still not walking, but their isolated power has gone up to a nice 167, and their K percentage has dropped down to 23.5%. So let's go see who have they seen in that span, and they've only seen 2 people we would bet on. And that's Ohtani, who needed all 9 innings to get his 8 strikeouts, and Joe Musgrove, who had 6 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. And Bob Melvin didn't let him go out another inning. Granted, he was at 92 pitches. So I'd say their hitting numbers are just a tad bit fraudulent, guys, as they've only seen 2 guys that we would bet on in that time span. Now, I won't say their strikeout numbers are off. I won't say those are fraudulent, guys, as look, Ohtani needed 9 to get 8. This is a team where Strider didn't even come close at hitting that. Like, these are guys that K people for a living, to where people have struggled versus at times. Now, Pablo hasn't struggled versus them, and we'll get to that. Now, no one on this team has seen him more than 3 at bats other than Javier Baez. And that dude struck out 3 of his 8 plate appearances, guys. And like I said, he's seen them back on June 24th. And damn, Pablo slayed him. 10 strikeouts in 6 innings of work, when the lineup numbers he faced was actually way worse than all the overall numbers that we're looking at today, guys. So depending on the lineups, I will be looking to back Pablo's outs over 18.5 at plus money, or take the Twins minus 1.5 or the first 5, but that means I have to freaking bank on the Twins hitting and bank on 2 things happening at once. And I'm a little salty over yesterday after the Arizona Diamondbacks have 10 fucking runners on base and score 1 run on Dallas Keuchel. So it's like, dude, if I can't bet their strikeout prop, why am I gonna I just need to let them go. But when like I said, the lineup numbers that he faced was elite almost. They weren't striking out. They were just like, wow. So I look at their overall numbers and compare it to the lineup numbers on June 24th, and damn, Pablo should go out there and do the damn thing now. Like I said, we got Musgrove, who went 6, and we've got Ohtani, who went 9 in the last 15 days on these guys that we would bet on. I just see a nice 7-inning freaking game from Pablo coming, and I just want the lineups to come out. If they want to load up a super right-handed dominant lineup, then I will. And the numbers that are better in the strikeout and hitting compartments, I want worse, actually, than when he faced on June 24th. Then I'll have to get in on Pablo, guys. The numbers don't say to get in, but numbers don't mean everything. We know that on this show. So give me a right-handed dominant lineup, and I'll look towards the K prop. Give me the lineup you're projecting, and I'm going to have to go look towards his outs props, as I do see Pablo going 7 strong today. Maybe even a complete game, as I'm just not sold on these Tigers. Sorry, show. Sorry. You know who I am sold on, though? It's our boy, and he's back. Number 51 in the black book, Udi Perez at the Reds. Striking people out this year 28.5% of the time, while walking people league average 8%. Opening line was 7+ at plus 128 on FanDuel, where the best line available now is on FanDuel at that 5.5 now at a minus 152. PrizePicks has him at a 6, whereas hits allowed under over are at a flat 4. The lineup is out, and the lineup is 5 reds and 4 lefties. 5 reds, 5 righties, 4 lefties. No shit, it's the Reds. Sharkleta. This game may be delayed, guys, due to rain, but it will have plenty of time to get in. And we get the young phenom back in a matchup from the baseball gods. Yet God is not wanting me to bet him, or at least allowing me to bet him. And yeah, hear me out. The Reds over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitchers are smashing the ball with a team isolated power near 200. Now, they're not walking while also striking out third worst in the league damn near 29% of the time. And God will not allow me to bet him yet. We have talked about guys on workloads being limited, guys, and guys also coming back from the minors, guys. They told this guy to sit down and not pitch and only bullpen him for a while. He has now thrown 4 games in the minors to get ready for the majors without not throwing more than 61 pitches in his last game. He's not going more than 75 pitches today, guys, period. Put a line through it, guys. This guy, they're talking about skipping starts with him to allow him to still pitch a couple. And also they've brought up even putting him to the bullpen. So we can book Udi today to go 75 pitches as long as he doesn't get hit hard. Now, if he gets hit hard, they're going to sit the kid down. They're going to save his innings for the next time. So there's more outs to the under today than there is to the over. There's no way I could bet him at 6.5 on a pitch count. Now the 5.5s at minus 150 is still too steep. Now you want to come down to minus 140 and fuck me running, dude. I'll jump in. You'll catch me, bro. This dude did face them in his first ever career start. Udi went 4.2 innings, had 7 strikeouts, but it took him close to 90 pitches that day. We're not getting 90 pitches today, guys. But what we do have is a team who's top 3 in strikeout percentage, where when he faced them then, they were bottom 10 in the league in strikeout percentage. So, yeah, this dude should have 7 on 75, but I'm not here to bet shoulds. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Now, 6? Now y'all fucking around to find out. So let that juice come down. Let me see minus 140. Give me the lineup where their lineup says that they match their overall strikeout percentage of, they're underneath the bridge. And you know what happens when they're underneath the bridge. So it's just hard to get in on this guy, guys, because all the titty cappers were on Perez at the beginning of the year. And we talk about titty cappers, guys. You know, they just blindly bet. And the titty cappers are on Spencer Strider today. And that's okay. But because of this dude being hammered so often, so early by everybody and their mother, they opened them at 6.5 instead of 5.5 on a pitch count. So hopefully people see some rain at the beginning and decide to bet it under for Sharpie. So Sharpie could join the titty cappers today and bet Perez. Now, I don't need no help being told to bet this guy, and you shouldn't either. Spencer Strider at the Pirates, number 1 in the black book, striking people out damn near 40% of the time this year, while walking people 7.2% of the time. They opened him up 10 plus on FanDuel at minus 120, where the best line available is at plus 102 on FanDuel now. PrizePicks has him at a flat 9. Whereas hits allowed under over are at a 4.5, and your lineup projected for your Buccos is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Now, the problem here is, does this game go today? That's the only question. And by the looks of it, I doubt it. But if it does, it's the same thing I told Team Sharpie yesterday. We got to get in, guys, because if they start it, I want it. Come on, man. Do you need someone to hold your hand to tell you to go bet Spencer Strider at the Pirates? I mean, we all know that what the Pirates are bringing to the table, which is the second worst team in the league in the last 15 days when it comes to striking out to right-handed pitchers. I'd say let's go see who they played, but we've bet almost every fucking one of them. Do you really need me to go through all of our winning bets versus the Pittsburgh Pirates? No. So, it's the easiest no-brainer titty capper play of the day, guys. It just is what it is, guys. It's just, do they play or not? And I would say no, but that's okay. I'd rather not have to worry about rain and just be him again, bet him again tonight. Give me the doubleheader tomorrow, or find a way to get the game in today. So either which way, give me Spencer Strider over. You owe me some money, big dog. And I don't bet because you owe me money either. Let's get into another guy where I'm waiting for them lineups and still not out. But they did pop out that they did suspend Ramirez and Tim Anderson. And we haven't talked about that on the show. And man, oh man, isn't that great? I love that type of crap, guys. I'm not going to lie. I think it's beautiful for baseball. I love the fact that the Guardians coach tried to go bomb on the White Sox coach like 3 different times. How about that right hook from Jose? Tim Anderson, how do you show your face? How do you show your face? Hey, bud, you got knocked the fuck out, bud. Oh, fuck. Oh, Lord. You going to become a meme for the rest of your life. You thought Joey Bats meme was, oh, no, bro. You squared up. You swung first. You got knocked the fuck out. Baby. All right, let's talk GCZ. Garrett Cole at the White Sox. Number 9 in the black book, striking people out this year 27.5% of the time while walking people at a 6.7% clip. Open them up 8+ at plus 108 on DraftKings, where the best line available is at 6.5 minus 155 on Caesars, where he's plus money to the 7.5 pretty much everywhere else. PrizePicks has him at a 7, whereas pitching outs under over are at a 19.5. Projected lineup is 5 righties, 4 lefties. Now we get GCZ at the White Sox. And when we look at the numbers over the last 15 days, they just haven't been good. They're not walking, they're not hitting, and they're striking out 25% of the time. So why is the 7.5 starting to come down to 6.5? As there's nothing here in the numbers that say let's bet an under. Granted, the only other 6.5s out there are like minus 160 at the moment. And I'm telling you, it is on a sign usually that it is on its way to a minus 150 when you see it to start going to those numbers. And either which way, this line is really what it should be if we're going to just go off of juice on his win percentage to the 6.5, or if they're going to give us that even the plus money on the 7.5 win percentage. So the line is what it is, and it is what it's get in if you win in. So let's talk about who these guys have seen in this time span of these bad numbers. Max Scherzer went out there 6 innings with 9 punchies. Tanner Bybee had 6 and 6. Well, Joe Ryan had himself 10 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. Fuck it. Even Dane Dunning had himself 11 in that time span. So, yeah, this is over or nothing. And taking the fact that Cole has what I look for in running a K prop versus the White Sox, and that's high velocity. As GCZ averages damn near 97 on his fastball. So lined up pending is how big I'm going to go, as the more lefties, the better. As yeah, this year he's only had a half K per 9 better versus the left-handed side. But last year it was 1.5 strikeouts better, and he's almost 2 strikeouts better throughout his career versus the left-handed side. And not just the lefties, guys. The Sox do have some guys on the bench that through their career that just don't strike out versus Cole. So I need to run the actual lineup career strikeout percentage versus Cole. As past history, guys, we just cannot ignore when running a strikeout prop. As if the K percentage is low in past history and the lineup overall numbers are being bad, the past history has been playing out more often than not. Ask Gosman how his K prop went versus the Orioles the other day, who have been striking out to everyone but Gosman and Garrett Cole, 2 guys they have really good past history versus. So, I get it. Lineup pendings, guys. This is either like a full to 2 unit type play, in my opinion, as it's August, guys. And if I don't feel comfortable anymore, I'm not betting half units, period. Like, no. If I can't get in, then I'm not. It's either full or more from here on out if we're betting overs, as I'm just not comfortable on unders yet, and I'm neither not that comfortable when I do bet pitching outs, as my win percentage to the pitching outs just isn't the same as strikeout props. And I've got to pay attention to that, so I do half unit those, but over on strikeout props from here on out are full to however much you want to go, in my opinion, type plays. And let's talk a guy where we flipped the whole 180, guys. And let me talk to you. Yeah, Dylan Cease versus the Yankees, number 10 in the black book. Striking people out this year 27% of the time, while walking people 9.7% of the time. Opened up 8+ at plus 118 on DraftKings, where the best line available now is 7+ minus 155 on Bet Rivers, yet still 8+ everywhere else to the plus money. PrizePicks has them at a 7, where Cease's pitching outs under over are at a flat 16 on PrizePicks. Projected lineup is 8 righties and 1 lefty. We get Dylan Cease, guys, on the other side of what is the best pitching matchup of the board today, period. And he gets a Yankees team that over the last 15 days versus right-handed pitching, they're walking an elite 11.5%, smashing the ball with a nice team isolated power of 180, well, middle of the pack in strikeout percentage. So the numbers say it can be an issue with Cease, as we know he can walk himself out of a baseball game. And at the moment, guys, these Yankees are top of the food chain when it comes to taking their walks. So let's go see who we would bet on in this time span of these Yankees. And Verlander's seen them twice in a 10-day span that fall under these 15-day numbers. The second time he had 7 innings. He went 7 innings, only 4 strikeouts, where the first time he had 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, but yet walked 4 people that game. Zach Eflin, he went 6 innings with 5 strikeouts. And, Hunter Brown, 6 innings, 4 strikeouts. Those are the only guys that I would look to bet on that are in my book that have faced these Yankees. And those are some solid guys to not hit their K prop in that time span. And everything says no. And I was about to go yes, as 8 right-handed bats. Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to put 8 right-handed bats? Are you trying to force my hand on a guy who has a 9.2 K per 9 versus lefties this year and an elite 12.5 K per 9 versus the right-handed side? And I'm starting to see some 7+ minus 145s pop up. Oh, man, I have no bet in as of now. And I'm so glad that I just kept doing work, guys, as the projected lineups is walking at an 11%. But you can't just put 8 righties in this guy, man. You just can't do that. No. Now, the problem is, guys, is I thought if Dylan Cease goes 6 innings, this dude has anywhere from 7 to 10 strikeouts today. And he just can't walk himself into a problem. Then I went and looked at his outs, and that's where I pivot and go straight 180, guys. He's at a 15.5 on the books, minus 120. Very bettable to the over. For a guy who has hit that over 8 of his last 10 games in that department. Oh, Lord. And when I go through Dylan Cease in the book and in mixed results to his earned runs and hits when he is facing a team that he's at today, guys, where he has not gone over 15.5 outs where they put his outs at, guys. He is 2-8 to his strikeouts over 6.5, let alone 7.5. That's a 25% win percentage to the over. Hell no. Now, 8 righties is like, God, I can't go under, because I was willing to go under, but the 7.5s are juiced to minus 154. But like I said, it's either all or nothing for this guy. He either hits the 6.5 and 7.5 in this spot, or he doesn't. And you give me a couple lefties out there, and oh man, dude, I fucking might do it, bro. I might go under on Dylan Cease strikeouts today, guys. Call me batshit crazy, but the outs prop is telling me if this dude can't go 6 innings, he ain't hitting. And they're begging you to bet his outs prop. So, yeah, you know Sharpie ain't going to do that. He ain't going to do what the books want. He's going to figure out what happens when he don't hit his outs. And when this dude doesn't go over, Dylan Cease does not go over 15.5 outs. There's mixed results to his earned runs. He has 1 in some of them. He has 7 in some of them. His hits, only a couple. Sometimes a lot. His walks, too. Sometimes it's 1 or 2. So it's like, it's different variables when you look at that. But there was 2 out of 8 to the strikeouts over. That's a hold up, swolled up. So it may just be a let go if they do put 8 righties out there. But if they give me 3 lefties, fuck it. And a team who's walking, fuck it. I do my work. I started over, but it's all under from here on out on this guy if they do that. So now he can hit it with the righties. If they want to low up 8 righties, that's enough to say, ah ha 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 ha. Not today, Junior. Not today. Let's get into a guy that I am going to say today on. And that's Freddie Peralta, number 21 in the black book versus the Rockies. Striking people out 28.3% of the time, while walking people 9.2% of the time. Open them up 9+ at plus 104 on FanDuel. We're the best line available. You get plus 120 to that over 8.5 on DraftKings now, where PrizePicks has him at an 8, and his earned runs under over are at a 1.5 on PrizePicks. So, yeah, this dude is said to be having a good day today. Let's talk about him. Excuse me. Fast Freddy has never been a 7.5 this year. And we got an 8.5. And it's not chasing, guys. Yeah, it should be bigger plus money than where it opened. But now we got the plus money to where if we're just going to go off his averages, that's where it should be at, guys. So, yeah, he's hit the over 8.5, 40% of his last 10 games. Coolio. So, let's get into it. He's also hit his over on his K props 6 of his last 8 prior games, where before that he was in a slump. We're only hitting one of 7 in the middle of the year. So we're now getting Freddie Peralta feeling mighty well versus a team he murked earlier in the year in his first ever start back on Colorado. May 2nd, guys. Oof. That was the death of the Rockies. He went 6 innings, 10 punch-outs, guys, when the matchup lineup overall numbers said they were nothing close to what they are today. They weren't striking out at the time, guys. This team, Icole Chingalo, they're striking out, guys. And this is not a team you want to be fucking with, as you don't want to be fucking with Fast Freddy, guys. He is going to hit his. It's just how many is he going to get? When we go look at Freddie this year versus top 5 teams in the chase percentage, as the Rockies are top 5 in whiff and chase, oh, Lord, it just sounds like a great matchup right now. So let's go see how Freddie's done versus teams that chase in the top 5 chase percentage. And he hit his over 5.5 versus the Nationals. He got 7. And he also hit his over 4.5 versus the Guardians by the hook, while he got 5. Well, how are those two teams in the chase, Sharpie, and they're on your no-fly zone? Well, the problem with those two teams is they make fucking contact when they chase. When you go look at their contact chase percentage, like, oh, Lord, they make contact. No, not the Rockies, guys. So, yeah, other than those two no-fly zones, he's hit his overs there, and he had 10 versus the Rockies. Those are the only teams he's seen in the top 5 chase department this year. Now let's go look and see at the top 5 whiff percentages that this team faced. And how about none? How about the Colorado Rockies is the only freaking team he's faced, dude? This guy has had some matchups that's held him back. Some matchups that are putting him in a spot today that I get the 8.5. And really, I think it should be like minus 140. But, yeah, people are like, oh, my God, he's never been a 7.5. He's an 8.5. Oh, he's going to, fuck you. Thank you for betting him under. Thank you for giving me plus money. Now I am waiting on the lineups. I do not have a bet in. I do want a lineup that is 1.5% worse in chase, 1.5% worse in whiff. And, yeah, I need Contreras behind the dish. That is all that I need, in my opinion, to maybe look at a 2-unit type play on this, man. As yes, it's a high number, but this is a gift from the gods on a silver platter, and people are afraid to bet Freddie right now, as I do want Contreras behind the dish, as he called the game back on May 2nd. And you can beat this team with the fastball. And to get 10 strikeouts in 6 innings, this guy wasn't looking to get you to chase all the time. So Contreras knows how to call a game versus this team. And you just don't want to be in the position that these Rockies find themselves in today. Now, can a guy get his ass handed to him? Yeah. If this dude doesn't go 6 innings, he doesn't hit his 9 strikeouts, in my opinion. Now, they do have his outs at 17.5. juice to the over at -155. And that's where it should be at. And that they put some heavy tax on his outs if you're going to go off his win percentage. So the books got him going 6. I've got him going 6. Now, Fast Freddy, you still got to show up and do your job. So Fast Freddy to the moon and back, guys, today. Appreciate you guys all for showing up. Smash that like button if you haven't, as I'm going to hit the recap. And then I'm going to go through the chat and read out the best bets of the day for those who, or if they have, hashtag we be pubbing next to their best bets. Recap, guys, we talked to a few guys in a few good spots. The only straight bet I do have in right now is Spencer Strider over 9.5. You don't need me to hold your hand to the window on that one, guys. It is the Pirates. Now, I am looking to back full unit or more type plays on Freddie Peralta and Garrett Cole today, depending on the lineups, as just want to make sure everything adds up, as I'm not going half units on over K props from here on out. It's go or no. If I've got a iffy feeling, so what? Let it be. I've got to play guys where I think they smack, and they just got to show up and do what they're supposed to do, as it is baseball, and shit can happen, as life's a bitch and you marry one. And yeah, until next time, guys, smash the like button and let's read out some of these plays. We've got JT Realmuto over 1.5 bases from our boy Justin. Let's get it rolling, my dude. Glad Gerald Jones had himself a great weekend in MLB. Let's keep it rolling. I'd book LA Knight to beat Gunther if it wasn't. Man, they won't let him, bro. They just won't let him. It took this long for him to get the push. They were saying they were going to give him the push after SummerSlam. They gave him the win at SummerSlam, so the push is supposed to come now for LA Knight. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. They owe it, guys.
Yeah.
He's on the Nats Phillies over 9.5 as his best bet of the day. Ricky Bob is talking. He loves him, that bet single that LJ was talking about. So Bo Jackson brought up a good point. Ha-Sung Kim is also on a 12-game hit streak where Dave Rogers likes to call him Ling Ling Kim. Or, that can work too. Yeah. So appreciate you guys all for tuning in. Looks like we've got Big Show. He on him some Lou Bob today, guys. Over 1.5 bases at plus 149, plus monies. 2 ribbies at plus 175. We be pubbing. He got Lou Bob getting Garrett Cole for a Yapo taco or 2. So hopefully he strikes out 2 times in one of those. So I may need it, Big Show. Sorry. Appreciate you guys all for coming in, guys. We got a parlay from Vince. He's talking about Dodgers, Washington, parlayed up. Oof. Balls on the table taking them Nats, brother, man. Balls on the table. So I hear you, Guillermo. He threw a wild punch, lucky punch. That's all it takes. But he ducked and swung. You know how many people I know that fight like that, bro? We in Southern California, bro. We know a lot of dudes who swim. They put their heads down and swing. That's just the way they fight, bro. He got 3-piece. Pop, pop, pop. He ducked, and swung over the top, bro. Yeah, bro. He fucking knocked him out. I don't care if it was lucky or not. Is what it is, baby. But I hear you, Guillermo. I hear you guys. And yeah. Cover King's talking about Strider's going to be dealing with the rain on and off. Will be look like they're not even going to play the game, bud. It's like 80% rain. So pass. If they do show it, let's fucking go, Strider. Murk these bums. So Then we got Trey Turner over 1.5 bases from Chris. Don't want to disrespect your last name, so I won't. And yeah. That's what I'm looking at too, right there. I love me some Trey Turner, guys. That dude was playing really bad, right? Really, really bad. He was talking about, man, the fans don't like me. They showed up in groves, cheered this dude like he won the World Series walk-off hit for this guy. So he's got the whole town behind him. This dude is a gamer, bro. I've watched this man play for years. He's a gamer. He's going to turn it around. And once he does, ride him. Ride him like I ride BBWs, guys. Appreciate you all for showing up. You already know this show is sponsored by PrizePicks. If you haven't, go on over there and use that promo code PubSports. You're going to get a match deposit up to 100, minimum of 25 on your first deposit. Until next time, I'm Sharpie's Bets. This show is produced by Big Show Picks. Our special guest today was LJ from Houston, and this show is on Pub Sports Radio. Some say we be pubbing. I say rain, rain, go away. Yeah.
Keep firing, assholes!